Hey everyone, my name is Sal Sincata, and in this month's product review, we're going to talk about the Sigma 85mm 1.4 art lens. All right, so when I heard Sigma was coming out with a brand new 85mm lens, not gonna lie, extremely excited. This bad boy is incredible construction, and in all fairness, Sigma's been doing an incredible job with their Art Series glass. I mean, we've had the opportunity to test several of them, and every one I get to test in the field using it on real photo shoots, I am continuously blown away by the quality and the sharpness and the speed at which these lenses get to focus. Now, if you're a photographer, an active photographer, you understand what I mean by speed to focus. What ends up happening is when you're working and you're moving from left to right, especially if you're a wedding photographer, how long that lens is taking to get to focus when subjects are closer or further away, can become a bit of a pain in the ass for you on a slow lens. Now, I have an 85mm lens today, 1.2. I absolutely love it, but it's a bit of a bear. It's slow to get to focus, so it makes using it in the field a little difficult sometimes. And again, the amount of frames that I get in focus are somewhat limited, right? So when I shoot wide open, if you do, I love the way it looks, right? I love the shallow depth of field. I love the bokeh, right? The blurriness in the background, the way things look. I love that stuff. And that's part of our signature style. So I really love shooting wide open. That being said, when you're photographing at 1.2, you're going to get a lot of soft frames. If you do that today, you know what I'm talking about. Well, enter the Sigma 85mm 1.4. So not quite as fast as the 1.2, but the depth of field on this is absolutely incredible. But let me just give you a little feedback here, right? I mean, you can go to the Sigma website. You're going to get all the tech specs of the lens. For me, I just want to talk to you a little bit about how I've used it in the field. So I took this on a real photo shoot with me. I was in Vegas recently, out in the desert, and I'm going to pop some of those images up on the screen. Took it out in the field, didn't know what to expect. Brand new lens, it's not calibrated to my camera, nothing like that. I just wanted to see how it was working right out of the box. Blown away, absolutely blown away by this lens. So some initial things so that you kind of understand the construction, absolutely incredible. It's heavy and large, right? So the lens here, okay, piece of glass is very big, but bigger than my current 85mm 1.2, and it feels durable. The construction's absolutely incredible on it. It doesn't feel cheap. You know what I mean by that? Sometimes you get those lenses in your hands and they just feel plasticky and cheap. This does not. So the construction is incredible, not overly heavy for what's you're getting with the lens, but yet still feels durable. And then in the field, here's what I noticed, right? So these are the things that matter. So you can get caught up on all the other tech specs if you want, but for me, performance is what ultimately matters. How good is the image gonna look coming off my camera and the lens, right? Is it gonna be sharp? Is it gonna be soft? Is it soft all the way to the edge, right? Where's my sharpness? How's this all looking? So we use this. You're seeing some of those images pop up. Tack sharp. I was blown away. And here's the thing. More frames tack sharp than ever before for me shooting wide open at 1.4. That was probably the most impressive thing that I noticed about working with this lens was the amount of frames. So normally for me, if I'm shooting at 1.2, I would say out of every 10 frames, maybe 2 are sharp. It's just the nature of the beast, right? Live by the sword, die by the sword if you're gonna shoot wide open. With this, I found that for every 10 frames, 6 were sharp. So an incredible difference in the field, right? So this is just in the field using the lens. I was blown away. So hopefully you're enjoying some of the images that I showed for you. $12.99, can't beat it. $12.99, incredible construction, 1.4, extremely fast lens, and the image quality is superb. You are not sacrificing much with a lens like this. You are getting a lot of value for the buck. So check this out, borrow it, right? Try it out if you don't believe me, but I'm telling you, you are absolutely gonna love this Sigma lens. Enjoy.